Hi everyone, it's Karen Tamir here for Artist Live. It's December 26th and I have a new project for you today. And I'm going to turn the camera around and you can see what the project that I'm making today. Oops, maybe it's sorry. Okay, so this is the project. Hold on, let me get the camera. And it's a 8x8 canvas, and it has like all this texture, yummy texture on it. Now I'm going to show you how I'm doing that, how to do that. It's really cool, and I call it Batick Elephant. I'm going to be using this stamp. This is a Stampendous and Studio from Natalie Kalbach. And it's a set of stamps. It comes with the Stampendous stamp, like a cling stamp. It also comes with a foam stamp, and I'm going to show you. Oops. So this is the foam stamp, which is really cool. It's double-sided, so this side has like that design, and on the other side it's like plain. So you could use it for stamping like a full image, and then you could stamp on top with this one, which matches up. So this is a cling stamp, and it also comes with a stencil, which we'll be using today. The only one I'm not going to be using today is the cling stamp. It's just because I decided to do it differently. So this is not the one I'm using. I'm just using the foam stamp and the stencil, but it can be used in many different ways. So let me just put things aside, and okay, so I'm gonna put this somewhere. Oops, I want to stop the recording. Okay, and I'm gonna bring. So this is an 8x8 canvas. This is Prima Marketing, but any of them can be used. This is one of the panels that they sell, but any 8x8 canvas would work in this case. And what I did is, the first thing I did is I covered it using some stained paper towel. We're going to be using Brushos today, and this is basically was stained from a different project with Brushos, and I'm just going to use to create a background. I love doing this. I love saving these. I've done this before in different shows, just so I could use them to cover things, and they look so good. They look like kind of like a tie-dye or batik kind of effect. I'm going to glue this with a soft gel medium, and this is the soft matte gel, and let me just open it up. Okay, so oh, there it is. Okay, so I love this. Is the one of the I think I've shown it already before of what I've gotten. This silicone brush is really handy, and I love it. This is the Prima Finnabair one. She came out with really cool things for this 2017 CHA. I know it's I think because of the holidays today, we don't have a lot of viewers, and that's okay. I mean, I'm very happy for those of you who came, especially you make the effort to come every week and enjoy our shows. So there, and of course I want to seal this too. I want to seal the paper towel onto the background. It's really important to do that. And also to seal it, oops, to the sides. So I'm just going to get that done. Hi Heather. So yes, as I said, some people will be strolling in. So that's perfect. The nice thing about paper towel is that it's so easy to apply it. It's so thin that it's smooth. And another thing is, some of them have like 2 layers, so you could actually open it up. Like I'll show you. So it could really like you be used for 2 projects, even if you really want to. This is a little bit lighter, so I might not want to, I might want to more put it in the middle, because that's where the elephant is going to be. As you can hear, I don't know if you can hear, I have some, I'm making a project with beads yesterday, and I used, oops, you see, and I have something else in here. Let's clean it up. What is that black stuff that just came onto my canvas? Don't even know where it came from. So, oh, there's my dog. Some family members just came into the house. Okay, so maybe I should have opened this one up too, but it doesn't matter anymore. I want to use this one. Just creating a little bit of a really cool background effect. I see more people are strolling in. Okie dokie, and then here, I love the effect of the paper towel. I mean, you could do this with watercolors as well. Oh, I think I have some kind of bead in here. So it's actually, the paper towel is 2-ply. Somebody asked if it's 1-ply. It's actually 2-ply. I think that's why I'm able to kind of open it up. So I was able to open it up and use it, double use it. I could have opened this one, the nice bluish color here, because this is too light, but I have another piece here, so I'm going to just use it for the corners, which is where I want the darker areas to be. It's just really easy to use. Here I have some, this is really nice. You see this? And I'm actually going to, this is a 2-ply, so I'm going to open this one up. Oops. This one should be 2-ply as well. Unless I already opened this. Oh no, there it is. You see, so I can separate it and can use it double. I can use it 2 places. So I really want this nice bright color to be in the corners, so because the center is going to have the elephant, right? So I want the corners to be brighter. And what I like about the paper towel is also it bunches up. So it not only does it have the color, but it also creates this really cool tie-dye texture, and also the wrinkles that you see in tie-dye, which is really cool. Or just wrinkles for texture, which I really like. You can use either 1-ply or 2-plies. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. It will give you the same effect. I think the 1-ply will be a bit more translucent. However, because this has so much color on it, it still covers the canvas, you know, really well. So either way, Janella, you can use you can use 1-ply or 2-ply. It doesn't really matter. I want to use more of this darker color. So here's the 2nd ply, right? So this one is probably the thinner one, but again, let's do it this way. Yeah, this way I really get a really nice coverage. Oops. So, oh, hi Susan. I'm glad you made it. Okay. Okay, dokie. So I just want to add a little bit more of this really nice yellowy tingy color. I don't know, it looks to me almost like it's like rusted. So I want to add a little bit more color in this corner. Oh, I don't want to cover this nice yellow stuff. So you could fold the paper towel and it looks really good that way too. I mean, you could create backgrounds for cards this way. It's like, I mean, the possibilities are endless. The only thing I want to do is I want to have a little bit more on the sides here. So I'm just going to lift this up so that the actual front is all done. Oops. There we go. And okay. So yes, I mean, you can just play around with paper towels. I have more paper towel here that I brought for this project. So I could, like every project you make, it's a possibility for the next project. So that works out well. And same with paper towels. Not paper towels, I mean wipes. But all the wipes a little bit, they're thicker. It's a little bit different. But I've used those as well. And they work really well too. Let's see, I want to make sure I covered all angles. It doesn't have to be exact. Like I like that it's a bit white in certain areas. Oh, here I think I need some more. I just really like the effect. I actually really like the fact that it looks translucent because it almost, I don't know, I have something in mind that I'm thinking of how this looks like, but I can't think of what it is. What is something that really looks like this? And it's not tie-dye. I'm trying to think what it is, and I can't remember where I've seen this before. It reminds me of something. If somebody comes up with what it is, because sometimes people always help me here with coming up with the words that I'm missing. So, okay, there we go. So look how pretty this is. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. Let me just put a little bit more here. You want to make sure that it's really sealed well, otherwise the paper towel will tear. It looks like a, I know, like a stained glass window. Maybe that's the one I'm looking for. I'm not sure. I just, that's what I was thinking of. Oh, hi, Yasmin. Okay, so these are all the ones I don't want anymore. So I'm going to, okie dokie. Hold on, let me clean my brush. Yeah, so it's, okay. So there, I'm gonna put this, let this dry. Just like having my area clean here. I'm gonna let this dry on the side here. And I'm gonna show you the next step. So I'm gonna create the elephant now, okay? So this is really fun. So I went ahead and I traced the elephant on, okay. I traced my elephant. What is going on? It's like crooked or something suddenly. Okay, so I just basically took it, traced it, and cut it out. This is watercolor paper. So that's all I did. Hold on. Let me close this. It looks bad in the screen. I always make sure that my screen looks presentable. Okay. So I want to get closer on that. Okay. So first I just traced it, okay? And then I took some, it could be, I took the 3D gel. It doesn't have to be gloss. I did take the gloss one, and you can see that it's shiny. You see the actual like canvas, it's very shiny. And so I took the gloss gel, and I'm going to show you what I did with it. I applied it all over the elephant. Now, Originally when I did this, and you know what? Let me work on, hold on, I had a little, okay, here we go. I have a little like plastic, okay. So originally when I did this, I did it on, I just put some gel on the actual watercolor paper and then made the elephant, but I think this will work better. So I'm trying to put, originally I put a very thick layer. I'm not going to put such a thick layer because I think it looks better when you don't. So, oops, not too much. So you want to cover the whole elephant everywhere. And okay, so there I covered basically. I want to do it a little bit more. I'm going to make a little bit of a thicker layer, a little bit thicker. So, and now I'm just going to smooth it out. Okay. Hold on. You're going to see what I'm going to do. So, let me just clean this. That's why it's nice, because you can easily clean this. And, sorry, okay. I'm going to put the elephant back on, and I just want to put a little bit more here on the leg. Okay. Okay, here we have the elephant. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on it with this. Now, obviously the image is not, hold on, let me just show you the design. Obviously the image is not going to be as crisp as when you stamp it with ink or with paint, but it really gives a good texture. So let me show you. So what I do is I line it up, press, okay, and then, oops, just take it off. Oh, well, I got a surprise as well. I guess some ink was on it. Oh, I got a pretty good texture. Okay. Well, this is a surprise because I guess there was ink on it that I didn't know. So some of it, look, actually the really thin areas came out really, really cool. See? The ones where I put thinner came out better than where at the top. But on and all, it looks really, really cool. You can see the actual design. So here it looks like it has some kind of like, I always like how everything turns out like different, but I wasn't expecting that, but that's a really good technique too. So you put some ink and then ink it and then stamp it with the gel and you will get those grooves. This is a Vintage Photo Distress ink, which I was going to use after, but it actually came out here before. And now I'm like debating that whether I should take some of it here and do this again just for that one. Yeah, I think I might do that. Let's just line it up again, and we'll just do just the head because I really want that design to come up at the top too. Let's see if it does. Well, better than before. Okay, so there we have the design, which I really, really like now, even better than the original. Because what had happened is that I made another project, I'll show you, and I actually inked it this way. This is like a wet sponge with a little bit of Vintage Photo Distressing from Tim Holtz, and it came out like this. And I guess I thought I cleaned it well, but I guess I didn't because it stayed there. So I'm going to, hold on. I just realized I made a mistake and I forgot to put a bucket with water, which of course when I made this project I immediately said I was going to do it, and of course I didn't, and now there's gel all over my stamp, which I don't want there. So I'm going to just like kind of spray it a little bit with water and wipe it off while this dries a little bit, okay? So just don't mind me for a second, because I don't want the gel to stay inside, and I wasn't thinking. And I really had to soak it and I forgot. And yeah, it's okay, it comes off well, and I'll scrub it after again. They're really, these are this from Stampendous, but I think they're art foamy stamps, and they're really really good. They give you a really good crisp image, so it's really nice. And they have different types, which is really cool. One sec, maybe I'll put it to dry over this. Sorry about that. I'll have to let this dry anyways. I mean, partially dry. So what I'm doing, besides cleaning, is the reason why I'm letting this dry is because I want it to be semi-dry before I apply the Brushos. So let me just move this, and I am going to just give it a heat set it a little bit. So there's two ways of going about with the brushes. I've done this, I hope you can hear me. I've done this before where I've first dried it all up, the gel, and then added the brushes. I also like doing it when it's a little bit wet. And the reason why is because when the gel is a little bit wet, it actually absorbs some of the watercolors, some of the actual colors, which is really looks really good. So I really like this idea that I just came up with and invented by mistake. I love how mistakes really bring new techniques that you never thought you could do. So I am going to definitely try this technique again. This looks awesome. I'm thinking maybe to do it with like the black, although I really like how the vintage photo came out. I just really like that. So okay, so now I'm gonna go and sprinkle a few Brusho colors in there. So I have, again, I always explain this, the Brushos come, this is the box that I have, this is the 24 colors, but they come in different quantities, and they come in these things that are really hard to open. I find really hard. I broke my nails a couple times doing it. So a few people have put punched hole in them, and actually it's better to, if you punch a hole with a pin and then leave the pin inside. That's one idea that people have. And then my friend Susan, which is actually, she's online, she's the one who actually bought these for me. These are like, like nasal spray kind of bottles. We got these from China, and I transferred all my bottles with a funnel, and now I have them. I labeled them, and now I have them all labeled. So I have both. So I haven't transferred all of them because I always give this example both ways, because I want to make sure that people see how it comes and what options you have. So I'm going to make this one. This one is called OST. I don't know what it stands for. Like, it's a very complicated word, but it's blue. And I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit. And you see what I mean by that? Because the gel is still wet, it kind of absorbs inside of it. So I really like that. The next one, I'm putting some turquoise. Okay. And this looks purplish, but it's actually blue. It has, like, the nice thing about Brushos is they have different colors in them to create. Because I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to wet it. Oh, I love the purple. So let's just add a little bit of green. And a little bit of yellow, which I find yellow always helps. I just want to lift this up a little bit because the legs didn't get as much as the... And this is what I mean. This is where the paper towels are handy. I'm just going to let this drip. Because you could go with the paper towel. This is how you form new paper towels, right? So you go and you just go like this. And after you use it, you use the same one a couple times, you end up with a really nice design. So let's see. I'm going to okay. Now I'm going to just dry this up a little bit. And I think I'm going to get rid of this. Where's my paper towel? There we go. So I really love how the design came out. And the nice thing about, I mean, watercolors in Brushos, you don't really know how things are going to turn out. You think something is going to, be a certain color, but it turns out differently, and that's not what's nice about it. So I want to show you from close up. Look at the area here. You see how it's like where my thumb is? It really soaks into the gel, and it looks really cool. Now the thicker areas kind of act like a resist. So I really like how you can get different effects from it. It's really, really, really cool. Just want to clean up. I'm always into cleaning my space area when I'm doing a show. I don't like having it all dirty. So, oops. So I'm really happy with the result. I actually like this elephant more than I like the other one. This one really, the impression came out so well, and I really, really like it. So as you can see, the green here it was thicker, it was darker. So I think it absorbed more into the gel than in the bluish area. Yeah, Ken Oliver's are, I'm not sure if they're not as pricey. They're pretty pricey. They're like somebody saying that to get Ken Oliver's is not as pricey. They're like here, I don't know, Canadian dollars. They end up being like $27 for a set of 6. And I got this whole 24 of them for, I don't know, 60 or something, 60 American, I'm not sure. So it's similar. I mean, they're very comparable. There's just some colors that one group doesn't have, and then the other. So, but you can get the same effect with the Ken Oliver's ones as well. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry because right now I'm gonna do something else. Okay. So you see, this is where it's going to go. But I'm going to let this dry a little bit more. I'm going to create now the texture. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Susan. I think Ken Oliver's is half the amount for the same price. Like you don't get as many colors. Okay, so I'm gonna create now. What for to do this texture with the stencil? I used rust paste, my favorite from this year. Although I just saw that Finnabair came out with new rust pastes. That do for different colors. So I'm really excited about them. I love the texture for this. And here is the, sorry, I'm just reading. I'm trying to read the chat and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to create a little bit of texture. Again, not everywhere, only in certain areas. Okay. So this stencil comes inside the set, the N Studio set, and hold on, I want to add some more here because I don't like when they're too even. I don't like when something is too even. That's not mixed media-ish enough for me. So I love this rust base because it also gives texture as well as color. And the set comes in 3 different colors, which is the dark brown that I'm using right now, the red, which I think you've seen me use in other videos, and then there is the golden color. Okay, let's do some here. And I'm trying to like use what I have on the stencil so I don't waste, because there's a lot on the stencil as it is. Okay, hold on. So I got my Brushos from Amazon.com. The links are below, so you can. Oh, I think the links should be in the video. They should be below, or Didi's now probably already put them on, like my. But in Amazon.com. But I think you're right. I think they come from England itself, so you could like get them from there. There is a Brusho USA, so in that sense. Hold on, I want a little bit more here. Okay, there we go. So oops, so this is too close and you can see. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's very gritty and but it gives it an amazing texture, which I love. Okay, let me close this. Oh, another thing, sorry, before I go, with the leftover, I'm just going to create, I love creating a border around. So I'm just going to use this to create a border on this, on the canvas. It just looks so much better when something is framed. Okay, so there we go, and it helps because it's how do you call this? It frames everything. Okay, so I'm just going to clean it up while it dries a little bit. That's the only thing with mixed media. I should always have a bucket when I do these shows, and I always forget. Even though I always get reminded about it after. N Studio. So this stamp is N Studio. N Studio, it's Natalie Kalbach Studio. These are her products. It's Bandai Stupendous, but it's her designs, I meant to say. And she has a few of these. You can find on Amazon or actually on her website as well. The link that Didi put on is from Amazon. But you can also purchase it directly from her website. And they have she has 2 other sets like this one, which is one, it looks like a bird, and the other one is like a cityscape. So it's really nice. And there's also some other foam stamps from different designs that I also purchased. So they're really cool. So I'm just cleaning up here. I know it's wasting time, but After, I won't be able to use these if I don't clean them right now. Okay. So now that I have this ready, I'm just going to dry it a little bit, and then I'm going to put it aside again because I want to work with the elephant. So I'm going to take the actual vintage photo distress ink again. I want to add a little bit more of like a distress vintage look to it, especially in the edges. So and I'm also, I remember, like, I actually went and used it directly on the thing. Sometimes using it directly gives you a better impression, especially on the edges. So I wanted like some the edges to be a bit darker, and also when I was rubbing it, it would give it a little bit of darker effect. So there it is. Okay, now I'm going to glue it to the background. Hold on. So, oh no, sorry, before I glue it, I'm going to put the little eye on the, I have an eyelet, a brown eyelet. I think this is, any eyelet would work. Not eyelet, sorry, brad, I meant to say. I'm calling it eyelet. An eyelet would work too, but this is a brad, a brown brad. I think this is like probably Prima, but I'm not 100% sure, so I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, and what I did is I poke the eye, and so hold on, I'm reading what is going on. I guess Didi's things froze. Okay, hold on, okay, there we go. So there's the eye for it. There we go. So let me just make sure this is dry. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to use the gel to glue it. This is, I'm going to use this soft gel to glue it. I also, one more thing I did is I had these, I ordered these metal pieces. They're from China, so you can go on eBay and find them, find different ones. Doesn't really matter which ones. So I cut them in half with my scissors, and so because I wanted some decoration for the actual elephant. Okay, so there is that, and I'm going to glue the elephant onto the might have to place something on it until it sticks. Okay, okay. Let's put the I need like a couple things to hold it down. Okay, and then I'm also gonna glue. I glued one of the these metal pieces to make it look like the back of the top of the elephant. You know what I mean, like the. And this one also needs to be held somehow. Okay. Okay, and then the other ones I use just as decoration. And sorry, I know it's like it doesn't look good with that thing on its head, but I need to I need to have it there so it holds the pieces. Maybe I should put this on this side. The nice thing about the matte gel is that it dries clear, so even if you have some stuff, doesn't show. So I just wanted to make sure that it holds well. I think I'm gonna put the other one. Where do I put the other one? I think here. No, I like it here. I'm going a little bit different from where the other one was. It just depends on where my design is. So I wanted to make sure that it's kind of even to form that special triangle. And I think the last one here, because there's too much stenciling around on the other side. So I wanted to make sure that that it fits. Okay, good. Okay, now that this is being held, I just want to put a little bit more here. See, it still reacts with the water, which is the Brushos. And you could put some fixative in between, which I could have done, but I didn't want to like have to dry that as well, so I'm being careful. And even with this, I need to put maybe a little bit more on the trunk. Okay. I can always soak up the extra stuff. Okay, so there is the actual elephant, and what I'm going to do, because you can't really see it that well. Ah, come on. Okay, I'm gonna dry. Yes, Susan. Yes, if you actually, you don't have to use gloss, matte medium. You could just use clear gesso, and that will dull the glossiness. But it doesn't dull it that much if you put if you put matte medium, unless you put a very thick coat. It won't fully dull it. So Susan is asking if putting matte gel medium over gloss gel medium will dull it, and I think it won't. It will still look, some areas, yeah, actually, you see here, depending on how thick you put it. Okay, so I continue doing some stuff. Oops, I'll just put the. So as you can see, the edges are not as pronounced in this one. So I am going to just play a little bit around, play around with the final details. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rust paste, and with a thin paintbrush, let me just find one minute. I'm going to create, no, I think this one is better. I'm going to create a little bit of a border around the elephant so you can actually see it, because it really makes a difference when it kind of sticks out, as you can see there. And another thing that I did is I actually dulled down the brown a little bit, and I'll show you how I did that. We still have time, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at, oops. Okay. Yes, the clear gesso does dull any glossiness. I've done that before. It also takes away the stickiness. So whenever I've used, whenever I've had to use, there have been times where I've ordered from a company and they've run out of the matte, soft matte gel when I ordered from Prima last time. So they only had the glossy one. And when I was doing the projects, they were pretty sticky and very glossy, and I didn't like that, and people don't usually like the glossiness. So I would make my students put a layer of clear gesso, and that would help with with taking away that glossy effect. in this case, I wanted this, the glossiness, so that's why. Oh, it's really sticking out. I really like it. I almost don't want to dull it down, but I did, I think I might keep this one, you see, because I'll show you this other one and to see, because what I went with this one is that I actually added some white gesso and some gold, but I think I'm going to just add the gold. Let's start with the gold first to see how it looks, and then we'll go for that, because I really like how dark this is, and it looks really, really nice. Let me just dry it again, because if I now put the gold on top, it will mix with the dark brown, so I don't want it to do that. I think I'm going to put these ones up on my Society 6. This would look awesome as a pillow or something like that. I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, I want a pillow this with this design on it. Since it's a square, it would really look good. I actually like this one a lot. We'll see. Let's see what I can create. Yeah, I really like the contrast here. I think I'm going to keep the contrast. It's different. I mean, but I don't mind that things turn differently. In the other one, as I said, I use white gesso. I'm not going to use it here, but I am going to use this is acrylic, Art Alchemy Prima acrylic paint from Finnabair. And this is the Gold Rush color. And it's a beautiful color. As you can see, I don't have a lot of it left in this jar. But I just need a few highlights. Let me just clean my brush. Or a big bag. Yeah, that's true. Yes, you're right. Like a beach bag or something, or a bag for like, yeah, this would look awesome in a big bag. I'm like excited. I'm going to upload it maybe when I come back from holidays because I don't have time. Okay, so, oops. Let's see. Okay, so I want to add some of these gold highlights without making them the focus, but you see how it really adds to dry brushing it a little bit. Yeah, I think that I really like, actually it combines, because there's some yellow on the background, so it really, really makes it look awesome. And the gel, yeah, maybe the gel is not as dry here, but it's okay. Okay, I don't want it to fully cover everything, and I want to cover it, put a little bit of like kind of yellow on some of these, like some of these, just a little bit, like I'm going only on the surface. Yeah, like Didi says, yeah, elephants with the trunk up bring good luck. I actually used to, when I was younger, you know, when in my 20s, I used to collect elephants from everywhere. Anywhere I went, I used to buy elephants with the trunk up. So I used to have a huge collection, and then when I moved to a new house, it went into boxes, and I never took them out again because I had no space. So they're in some of them are in my basement. My daughter kind of found them one day and she says, oh, can I have these? And she wanted all of them. So okay, so now I'm going to, okay, so you see how I think the gold highlights also really, really, really really love how it's turning out. I want to add some gold highlights to the elephant itself because it looks awesome. And I don't think I'm going to add the white gesso because I really, really like the contrast here. So again, don't cover it all. I don't want it to kind of cover everything because then you are kind of lose these brown. I don't want to lose the brown borders. And I'm going to do a little bit here too because it has to match. I like matchy match. And actually I'm impressed that I'm actually finishing on time, which is really good. I mean, I usually do, but I just thought this project was going to take me longer than I thought. But I wasn't sure, right? So. Anything else to make sure that I didn't miss anything? Yeah, no, I actually really like this. Is how it turned out today. So there it is. There is my project. I really recommend if you have a wish list for next year, which for this year, for whatever, I'm sure she'll come up with goods than that. I mean Brushos, but again, if you already have Ken Oliver's, then no. But Brushos are really really amazing. I love the intensity of the colors. And of course the rust paste, my favorite. But if you haven't tried these stamps from Natalie Kalbach, the N Studio ones, look at them. They're really really cool. I have another project coming up, I think in a little while, with one of them. And I will post that up as well, okay? And thank you so much everyone for coming. Next week is January 2nd. We're actually, Artist Life is taking a break, and we're not having anybody on. Everybody's on holidays. However, we're coming back on January 9th. Yasmin is going to be on, and she's going to be creating, I'm sure, something awesome. Let me just stop the recording. So just thank you so much for everybody for coming. I love you all, and Happy New Year, and have an amazing holiday. Bye.